and welcome to this segment of It's Around Town. I'm your host, Trudy Terrell, and I'm here with my co-host, John Weeks. Hey, John.
Hey, Trudy, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Well, that's just great. It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here we are with It's Around Town again. Now, I'm going to start off the show by saying I'm wearing my 20th anniversary shirt for TV 95, and we've been around for 20 years, and I haven't been with the group for 20 years, but I'm glad to be part of the group now, and we're celebrating 20 years, and we hope that you watch the shows. And tell friends to watch the shows too, so we can get our viewership up there.
Okay.
That's it, Trudy.
Okay, John.
Lead on, McDuff.
Okay, if you missed an opportunity this past Sunday to see the Sierra Master Chorale and Orchestra at the Seventh-day Adventist Church, you'll have another opportunity. They're doing a performance this coming Tuesday, May 22nd at 7:30 p.m. It's a brilliant program of inspiring works that endure the test of time. General tickets are $35, youth are $17. If you purchase your tickets on the website, it's an extra $4 online fee. Tickets are available at the Briar Patch Food Co-op, or you can go online to inconcertsierra.org, or you can call 530-273-3290. So, John, I understand you've got some exciting events going on. What's on your plate?
Well, I do, Trudy. On Wednesday, May 23rd, at the Sutton Cinemas, and we're going back to the movies, although this movie is really a play. Last time we highlighted a play by Shakespeare. This time, surprise, we're highlighting another Shakespeare play. This one is Macbeth. I remember in high school we had to read Macbeth, and it was kind of it's probably one of the few things in high school we had to read that I actually read. It's presented by the Royal Shakespeare Company live from Stratford upon Avon. Now, take the term live loosely because the show is going to start at 6:30 p.m. here, but if you do the calculations back to Stratford upon Avon at 6:30 p.m. here, it's like 2:30 or 3:30 in the morning back in England. So I don't know how live this is. Anyway, that was live when they filmed it because the actors are all animate and they're talking and everything. So Sutton Theater's at 399 Sutton Way, Grass Valley. Admission is $15. You can call their phone number at 530-477-9000. Most likely it's just a recording though, but it's good to hear anything talk on the phone that doesn't disagree with what you want to know. So now, Macbeth. I don't know how familiar you are with Macbeth, but think about this. You're coming home from a hard day's work out in the field, fighting off your enemies and all of that, and you're getting ready to go back into your castle, and here's these three old ladies standing out there, and they stop you, and they're telling you all this weird stuff about what they think's going to happen to you in the future. It's like, who wants to know that when you're all tuckered out? All you want to do is come back and kick back on the throne and rest for a while. Well, and then to top that off, you get in there, and there's your wife walking around, wringing her hands like this, going, out damn spot, and she's not trying to get the dog to go outside the castle because you don't have any dogs. No, you wouldn't call him Spot anyway. So, and then who can forget the phrase that's like, lead on, Macduff, damn be he who yields first. Now, this is where you have a classic sword battle between Macduff and I think he's supposed to be the rightful owner to the throne. But old Macduff and Macbeth were good buddies too, and they wind up with a sword fight. And it's to the finish, and it's a sword fight that would make even Errol Flynn proud. So if you want to see Macbeth and have a good time, by golly, 6:30 p.m., May 23 at the Sutton Cinema. And Trudy, you got something going there too, huh?
Yes, this is very important for Lake Wildwood residents. On Sunday, May 27th, several engine companies from CAL FIRE and surrounding fire engines and agencies in Nevada County will be conducting a fire training exercise right here in Lake Wildwood. The training exercise will be under the direction of CAL FIRE Battalion Chief Matt Wallen. Chief Wallen conducted a similar training exercise last year in Cascade Shores. After the simulated training, Chief Wallen felt that there was something missing in the exercise itself. What was missing? Well, it was the inclusion of more of the citizens who lived in the area of the drill. So this year, Chief Wallen will be including the members of the Lake Wildwood community. Several homes have already offered up their homes to be used in this training. The exercise is a simulation of wildfire moving through a populous community with somewhat real-time problems with evacuations and structure defense. Lake Wildwood Security, along with local law enforcement officers, will also be engaged in this mock evaluation. Remember now, it's not real, so don't get scared, all you older folks out there. It's just a simulated training exercise. Just be aware it's going to be on Sunday, May 27th. I don't know the times yet, so just be prepared for whatever time they decide to kick it off. The engine companies involved will be rationally assigned to various residents for a hose deployment, simulated fire extinguishment, and then they'll be reassigned to new priority locations. The firefighters involved in this exercise must continually hone their skills when it comes to fighting fires in the wildlife-urban interface areas to be better prepared in saving lives and property when faced with fires that include things like the wind complex that occurred here in our area last October. Also included will be an activation of the reverse 911 system for Lake Wildwood residents only. Residents who wish to participate in this simulated evacuation will be given a location to respond to within Lake Wildwood. For additional information about this training exercise, please contact Bruce Pufo, Lake Wildwood Fire Training Exercise Chair, at 530-432-9828. And remember, folks, it is a simulated exercise, not real life. Okay, John, back to you with some interesting information.
Well, I got something else here, Trudy, but I want to talk to you a little bit about what you just talked about.
Okay, go.
Well, I have a question. I live in a home that has a vacant lot next to me, and so we're supposed to make everything fire safe and everything, but I'd like to know from the firemen, and I'm going to ask, what do we do about the empty lots that we're not supposed to touch because it doesn't belong to us?
The Lake Wildwood Association is responsible for those lots, John.
You think so?
Yeah, that's what I've been
Well, we
told.
should hope so, anyway.
Yes, let's hope that they get on the...
On Friday, May 25th, there's a place in Nevada City called California Organics. I'm sure a lot of you probably know about it. It's a great place to go and eat. It's good food. And every Friday night they have music and fun. And, of course, May 25th on a Friday is the beginning of Memorial Day weekend. And if you're not going anywhere, what better way to end off the first evening of Memorial Day weekend by going to California Organics and listening to Tom Wernig and Barry Engel play music and I'm sure sing songs. It's all acoustic. So, and I would say go there, order some jalapeno poppers, a brewski, or iced tea if you're driving. You don't want to drink if you're driving. And try the grilled portobello sandwich. I think you'll like it. Plus, you'll be entertained by the music of, again, Tom Wernig and Barry Engel. And with that, Trudy?
Okay, I don't know how many of you out there in our viewing audience know that the month of May is dedicated to military. There are several specials that military can get. Just go online to military and you'll be able to see a lot of discounts that are offered around town. But the big thing about the month of May for military is that Memorial Day is always held on the last Monday of the month of May. Memorial Day is a formal holiday. It's an American holiday. It's celebrated to remember military service members who have died in the line of duty. It was originally called Dependent or Decoration Day, as the holiday was centered on decorating the graves of those who had fallen in the Civil War. There's so much debate about the location of where Memorial Day originated. Sometime during the later years of the Civil War, 1861 to 1865, groups began decorating the graves of their loved ones who had died in battle. And depending on the source, there were perhaps over a dozen locations that claimed to be the town where the practice began. So the birthplace of Memorial Day some might say that it happened in Columbus, Ohio, Mississippi, Georgia, Richmond, Virginia, Pennsylvania, or even Illinois. There is evidence that the tradition could even have been started in towns either in the North or the South. The government states that on April the 25th, 1866, in Columbus, Mississippi, a local group of women went to decorate the graves of Confederate soldiers. They noticed barren graves of Union soldiers and decided to place flowers there also in remembrance. So in 1866, in a town in New York called Waterloo, a drugstore owner named Henry Wells suggested that the town shops close on the 5th of May to commemorate the soldiers buried at Waterloo Cemetery who died during the Civil War. 2 years later, in Waterloo, on May 5, 1868, General John Logan issued a declaration that the Decoration Day should be observed nationwide. The declaration said that May 30th would be designated as the day to decorate the graves of comrades who died in the defense of their country. President James Garfield gave a speech at Arlington National Cemetery on that day, and in 1966, President Lyndon Johnson and the Congress of the United States stated that Waterloo was the official birthplace of Memorial Day, and the official day of origin was May 30th, 1868. In 1882, the name of the holiday was changed from Decoration Day to Memorial Day. After World War I, the holiday was expanded to remember soldiers from the American wars. In 1971, President Richard Nixon made Memorial Day a national holiday that was to be celebrated, as I stated earlier, the last Monday in the month of May. Today, Memorial Day is celebrated across the United States. Regardless of where it originated, it's an important holiday that remembers those that died for their country and serves to remind people of the costly price of war. There are many formal ceremonies that take place in observance of Memorial Day. Most are held in local communities and can be found by contacting your local Veterans of Foreign Wars office or by local government agencies. Laying of the wreath at Arlington Cemetery often is done by the President of the United States, where he will lay a wreath at Arlington Cemetery on the annual observance of Memorial Day, which of course is May 28th this year. This is usually accompanied by a speech. Remembrance and moments of silence. People nationwide participate in parades and partake in decorating graves with wreaths or flowers. Many people even pause for a moment of silence in memory of our lost soldiers. So, John, you have something else going on there?
Well, I'd like to
want
say.
To add to that? Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
Sure. I would like to say both my father and my father's brother were World War II veterans, and I myself am a veteran, and my older brother is a veteran. So Memorial Day holds a special day for me because of my father and my uncle. My aunt on my mother's side, my uncle, he also was a veteran. He actually served in Japan as an occupation force after the bombing in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and he suffered the consequences of the radiation, unfortunately. So we always have a special remembrance for him and the sacrifice he made in that respect.
Well, back for a moment, John, my husband and I, both of our sons are all veterans. We didn't serve in any of the crucial war battles, but we are all veterans and very proud of it to be certain. So, anyways, we also did. I think we did a special edition a couple years ago on one of the veterans and survivors of Pearl Harbor, Joe Feld, who was a guest here in our studio, and that was a very interesting show. I guess there are 3 survivors of Pearl Harbor in our local community. Joe is one that lives right here in Lake Wildwood, And it was very interesting, talking with Joe about.
I can imagine.
Yeah. In fact, our flag that's at the clubhouse is dedicated to Joe Feld.
I did not know that.
Yeah, we did a special ceremony honoring Joe Feld as a member here of our Lake Wildwood community that survived in Pearl Harbor. Another show that we did here was with Bill Dobbins, who has since passed on. He was also a survivor of Pearl Harbor. So anyways, enough of that. Let's get back to you, Joe.
Okay, well, okay, folks. On a lighter note, we're going to go from Memorial Day. Well, this is on Memorial Day weekend, at least anyway, not Memorial Day itself. Saturday, May 26th. We're going back to the Yuba River State Park, where the Bridgeport Covered Bridge is, and on Saturday, starting at noon, they're going to start doing the gold panning for kids and adult kids, and anyone who wants to get a pan in their hand and put some gravel in it and swish water around and find that gold. There are docents who will be there to give instructions on the proper manner in which to pan for gold. They'll also give a little history about the different types of mining that occurred in the area. Normally, gold panning is the way things started. Prospectors would roam through the land and they would pan the streams for gold, and then once they found the gold, it would draw more people, and eventually, if it was the right territory, they would find the veins and start mining. There, two different kinds of mining were used here: rock mining, hard rock mining, where you dig tunnels into the ground and haul out tons of dirt, which might produce a couple of ounces of gold per ton. That was a good thing. And the other thing was hydraulic mining, which they used water cannons to wash out the hills and gather up the dirt and muck and extract the gold from it, which was a great process, except that it was kind of ruining the land, so it didn't last very long. But if you want to pan gold, by golly, go to the state park and learn how to pan gold, and once you get done in the troughs they have set up there, then you can go down to the river and actually pan the river, and maybe you get lucky. You never know. I've tried panning for gold. The only thing I ever got was a sunburn on the back of my neck. So I hope you folks have better luck than I did. Anyway, it's going to be going on every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, from noon until 2 p.m. all the way through Labor Day. So there's plenty of chances for you to get out there and experience the thrill of finding gold in your pan. Of course, there's a $10 fee for parking. And the other thing is that finally we've been able to get the funds set up so that the covered bridge can be repaired, which is underway right now. So it would be a good idea to call ahead to make sure that the construction on the bridge is not impeding on the panning troughs, because they're right over there by the bridge itself. You can call 530-432-2546 or go online at www.southyubariverstatepark.org. Trudy, what's up?
Well, I don't want you to forget about the Strawberry Festival, which is opening and closing. The Strawberry Music Festival opens and closes the festival season on Memorial Day and Labor Day, with 2 family friend camping musical festivals annually and 2 unique locations in the foothills of Sierra Nevada. The Strawberry Music Festival presents the gold standard in main stage entertainment, intimate side stage performances, top-notch children's programming, workshops and activities for the whole family, and some of the nicest people that you'll ever meet. So please join us this season with your instruments and radio in tow, ready to laugh, play, sing, dance, eat, and be entertained. There are over 20 acres on the main stage and many additional performances on numerous side stages. So these fun-filled days of children activities and performances and special programming for teens with music, movement, and art workshops. Shopping options include a variety of delicious cuisine, plus instruments, accessories, and repair. Keep smiling, laughing, and have fun. On that note, John, did you hear about the I guess you could say anymore today, the young couple in their 70s who were traveling to a vacation spot, and after finishing their meal, they left the restaurant and resumed their trip. After leaving and driving for about maybe 40 minutes, the wife mentioned to her husband that she forgot her glasses at the restaurant. So they had to turn around, and in aggravation, the husband was quite upset with this. After finding a place where he could turn around,
Sounds kind of like me.
he turned around, and all the way back, he kept agitating his wife about, how upset he was.
I hate doing this.
Yeah, he just became a typical grumpy old man.
Why did you wait 40 miles to tell me?
And after they finally arrived back at the restaurant, and his wife got out of the car and hurried inside to retrieve her glasses, her husband said,
oh, by the way, Trudy. Cut. Oh, by the way, Trudy, would you get my hat and credit card while you're in there?
Yeah, that sounds like a typical day in the life of the young 70-year-old couples this day. Well, this has been fun, John. I hope the viewing audience out there will participate in some of the activities we shared with them. So thank you for joining us, and thank you to our cameraman Vern and our editor Kent. And until next time, have a wonderful, blessed day.
And again, remember, it's our 20th anniversary. Keep watching the shows. Tell other people to watch the shows. And if you'd really like to volunteer, we'd glad to have you down here at the club so you can do this too. It's a lot of fun. Even though we make mistakes, we laugh and have a great time.
You can see John and I do have fun doing this. So if you're really interested in having fun in your spare time, contact the TV95 studio to find out how you too can be involved in these fun sessions.
And with that, ta-ta for now.